Hello, it's Kassy, and today we're going to play with one Sizzix Studio collection, and I'm going to demo how to make a greeting card using this set of stencils and stamps. I don't have the packaging anymore, I'm so sorry, but let me show you first what these look like. This set that I'm going to use, this is from Cat Kerr, and it's called The R's Have It. Really unbelievable set, absolutely amazing. Look at how large the stamps are. Look at this feather, is like as tall as my hand. It's so great. Two feathers, a moth, and some great words and swirlies, and just so many great stamps in here that you can use for layering and focal points and all the good stuff. And then you also get 3 amazing stencils. Now, of course, mine are very well loved and you know, messy, but that's okay. That's what happens when you play with and use your beautiful, amazing stencils. So this first one has a bunch of like circles with like crosses in them. I kind of call them like rivets or something. Really fun, just nice tossed pattern. Same thing here with the stars. I love these wonky kind of stars. They almost look like hand drawn. Really, really love those. And then this really cool swirly squiggle line. Really great for doing backgrounds. So we will use some portion of this to make a greeting card today. But first, before I do that, I just want to show you, like, whatever kind of art you like to make, there is a way to do it with this stamp and stencil set, with really any of the Sizzix Studio stamp and stencil sets. There are so many to choose from at this point. Really just pick the one that speaks to you the most and go to town and have lots of fun. So I made this small canvas here. This is just a piece of chipboard that I made into a 6x6 canvas, and I sprayed on it with some Lindy's sprays. You can use whatever you have at home. I stamped with ink. I use VersaFine Clair because that is just such a great ink. But so I did some stamping. I did some embossing onto this is matte Duralar. I put some ribbon on, and you can just make a really beautiful home decor piece. You could do 3D art with it. You can do scrapbook pages. You can, whatever kind of art you like to make, you can use these stamps and stencils to do it. And so I'm just here to show you a couple of different options and opportunities you could have to create something. Here I made, excuse me, I made a banner, or banner, using this, again, are just chipboard pieces that I had that were already cut in this shape. And you can see I used the stars with some, this is the Gamboge stencil butter from TCW, but whatever you have in your stash. And can you see in the background all of these like squiggly lines? That's this stencil. So I just laid it down, sprayed through with some Lindy spray, lifted it up. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, it can be just kind of messy and whatever you want it to be. And then I used some VersaFine Clair to stamp that beautiful moth, added some splatter, and put a word on here. And it's super simple and easy, beautiful. I can hang this from my mantle or in my art room or wherever I want. You could do them obviously for all sorts of holidays or whatever theme you want. But my point here is just that these are just 2 of a million things that you could do with these stamps and stencils. So I don't want you to like maybe think like, oh, this is for art journaling and that's all I can do with it. You can do literally everything with it, and it will be amazing and gorgeous and beautiful no matter what, because you've got the designs and the stencil patterns and stuff to support you. So just pick your favorite colors. Pick your substrate, whether it's a canvas, a journal page, a card, whatever, and just start creating, okay? So I'm going to clear my space here really quick, and then we will make a greeting card. And it's just going to be a quick one because I just want to show you, you know, all the different ways that you can really start to leverage this set. Some of my stamps are falling out because I've been using them so much. So I just need to put them back here and make sure we have everything. Oh, I love every single stamp in here. They're just all amazing. All right, so I've got those. Let's see. I'm going to work on, if I get it over here. So this is my Van Gogh mixed media paper. I love this paper. This is a larger book. This is 9x12. You can see the whole thing here. I love just tearing pages out. You know, this would be a great journal. If you want a big journal, This paper is really great. It's a great thickness, and it takes pastes and all different kinds of mediums really well. So this would be a great journal if you want a bigger page to work on. But I also like to just tear out a sheet and then work on top of it, cut it up, do whatever. So it's great for that as well. And you can use it whatever way works best for you. So I've got a card base here, which this is 5x7. It's just a pre-made card base. I like to buy them because it's easier for me to have it ready to go than to have to cut it out and find the paper and all of that. So that's just what I do. But here's a card base, and then of course an envelope that goes with it. But we're going to set that aside because we're going to create on a separate piece of paper and then stick it to the top of that. That's how I like to work. So I'm going to cut this into 5x7. Okay, so I have that. Now I'm going to use a different piece. This I used for a different project, but I'm just going to work on top of it because then I'm not wasting any material. And I also can then use this bottom paper for other things later on, to stamp on it, cut into it, whatever. Okay, so I want to use a stamp and stencil to create a card. So what I'm going to do first, I think, is I'm going to spray, let's see, I think we'll use this one. This one is pretty fun. Yeah, we're going to do this first. Okay, so I got to find my card underneath, and I'm just going to lay this on top. I'm going to use this Lindy spray. It's called Pineapple Paradise. Ooh, it's such a nice, vibrant, bright, beautiful yellow. So I'm just going to really go for it because I want to make sure I get in all of those spots. I don't mind if it is not perfectly crisp either. I just want some good yellow there. And look at that. Ooh, that's bright and beautiful. And I just wanted a fun overall background. So that is a really great start. All right, we have this lovely yellow background done with the Lindy spray and that awesome stencil. Now I want to keep working on the background and add some more layers to it. So I really love these feathers, and normally I use them as a focal point because they're so big and just bold and such a great statement piece. But for this particular one, I'm going to use them as a background and see what we get. So let's get the this on a acrylic block, and then I've got some Charming Pink VersaFine Clear. This ink is so good. Okay, so we're gonna just ink the big one up, and I'm gonna do like a tossed pattern. Okay, so let's see, let's start on this side. Maybe I don't really have a plan, we're just going for it, and we're gonna go like that. Just don't overthink it. You know, it's a car. Oh, look at that. Ooh, I'm sorry, but look at the detail in here. Ooh, look at all that. Oh, I love it so much. Great job, Sizzix and Cat Kerr, let me just say. All right, let me ink it up again. Fantastic. I'm just going to do this big one a couple times because we don't want it to overpower, right? So we'll go here. That's pretty fun. And I'm doing a toss pattern, so some need to be, you know, right side up, upside down, whatever, so that it works for that kind of a thing. And then I'll do one with just the back end of it. So maybe I'm going to go down here like this. It's going kind of off the page over here. I really like the detail on the end of this feather too. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. Ooh, I love it. Okay. And then we will also do the same thing with the smaller feather and just fill in some of the detail. And I really do love that I did the those circle rivet things first, because they're sort of peeking through the feathers, and really honestly adding layers of stamping or whatever, really any kind of layering, just provides more depth and a visual interest. So don't be afraid to overlap things. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. I've got the Charming Pink still, and now I'm going to, okay, let's see, how do I want this to go? I want to fill in some of this detail. Here we go. And these can overlap too, honestly. I was trying not to overlap, but then I was like, oh, it doesn't matter actually. We're going to use Fantasia, and we're going to use the unfolding stamp. And I have to move it every time, so I'm going to just use this block here. Let's get rid of that so it's nice and flat. Okay. I'm going to start at the bottom. Okay, I just have a couple final pieces that I want to stamp onto a separate piece of paper, and then I'm going to attach them onto this. Look at how beautiful this is unfolding. This is so great. I'm excited. So I'm going to bring out my registration tool, and we're going to do some final stamping. And mine is really messy and dirty, but yours will be nice and clean if you get a new one there. So we're just going to lift it up here and I have this scrap piece of paper here that I'm going to use to stamp a couple of things. So I'm just going to stick it down. I've got my sticky grid all ready to go. And I've got a moth that I want to stamp. And then I want to stamp the word breathe. And we're going to layer these up. So I'm going to pick them up. I think my stamp already had stuff on it. So anyway, we've got Fantasia here from Versavine Claire. I'm going to use that. I'm inking up my moth stamp with the Fantasia, and then the breathe I want to be in a different color. Okay, so those are inked up and ready to go. I'm going to put it back onto my hinge, or onto the hinge, and then we're just going to press, making sure we get good coverage, and it looks perfect. And now we will cut out. Okay, I have both of these pieces cut out, and we will bring back the main card piece. So I want to put this on top of here, and I want it to be raised. I've got some of the Sizzix foam tape, and if you've never used it, I just want to say that it is extremely sticky. So you might want to give it a shot. All right, I'm going to give it a couple pieces. And we're just going to stick it on the back and make sure that the whole thing is raised up. And I think I might do, well, I don't know. I was thinking I might do 2 layers to make it like extra, stick up more, but let's see how this looks first. Before I take that tape off, let's see. Yeah, it's raised up a little bit. I do think I want it twice. So I'm going to stick this down and then just peel up the backing. Okay, I got the first layer off, and now I'm going to stick this second layer to it so it can be twice as high up. Okay, so now I'm going to stick it onto my card base, probably about 2/3 of the way down from this section. And it is a little off-centered, which is what I like. I don't really love super symmetrical things. Okay, perfect. Ooh, that looks so good. I'm really excited. And then breathe, I think I wanted it to be, I think I want it to be on top of the moth. And I think I will just get that foam tape one more time and just do 1 layer this time. But I do think that this is a little bit, it's not as wide as this. So I'm going to cut a piece off, and then I'm just going to take off a little bit. So I have, ooh, it's so sticky, the exact piece that I need. Okay, the exact size. And then I will just peel this off and stick it right there. Okay, this is looking really fantastic. It's a lot of white, which is fine. It's very nice and light and bright. But I wonder if it would be nice to add a little bit of watercolor in the background. I've got this Van Gogh travel set. Ooh, let's see if I know the name. No, I don't. I think it's the Basics or something like that, or Primary. Okay, so I have this Van Gogh set, and I'm just going to spritz. I'm actually going to use this blue one, I think. It is Ultramarine Deep, but I want it to be lighter. So let's see, let's get our piece back over here. And I have this collection. Ooh, it's so good. This is, these are Kalia brushes from, not this one, but the rest of them, from the Willow Wolf line. If you haven't seen or used them yet, I highly recommend them. These are watercolor brushes. I suppose you could use them for anything, but they are made for watercolor. Willow Wolf is a watercolor artist. She's incredible, and I'm lucky enough to have a collection of her brushes. So we will use that since we're doing watercolor. And I don't have fresh water, so that's a bummer, but it's going to be okay. We're going to, so I have a wet brush here, and we're just going to, actually I'll use my palette back here. Looks like I already did. So let's just loosen this up. I want it to be really loose and kind of light, the lightest shade of, or tone, I guess, of this this color. So this is Ultramarine Deep. And so now what I want to do is just go everywhere that there is white. Going around the circles, and I'm not doing it in a very neat way. I want it to be just very painterly and kind of messy and fun and whimsical, and just going around. And some of it's going to be a little darker, some of it's going to be a little lighter. I'm going to have like raw edges, and that's great. That's exactly what I want. It's going to be so pretty when I'm done. So just, you know, maybe even like take a snapshot of this video before I add the, or well, the background is still white before I add the blue, and then after, and see which one you like better. Maybe you like the white better and you want to leave it white in the background. That's great. But maybe you want to try this technique and do a little bit of coloring. It takes a minute, but it's totally worth it. And we're playing with art supplies. So, you know, we could just be here for hours, right? So I'm trying to just go around all of the little pieces here, around the words. Okay, so now I've done the background. What do you think? Do you like it with the blue here? Just adds a little bit more something, I think. Or did you like it better just plain white in the background? You let me know in the comments, because I would really love to know what you think. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is tape this to our card base. I love this. I think this is really beautiful. I would be so pleased if I got this in the mail. What do you think? You let me know your thoughts. And if there was something you would do different, or you like it the way it is, would you pick different colors? Tell me what you think. And then I've just got double-sided tape here and a tape runner. So I'm going to run that across the base, just to make sure everything is going to stick down. Okay. Okay, so when I put my my card onto the base, I like to line up the edges, so I just lay it flat onto the surface. Sorry, it's hard for you to see this part, but this is the best way I can do it. And then I kind of like line up the corners with my fingers, and then I press down. There we go. And now it's all lined up perfectly. So there we go. All right. So then I don't like to miss. Oh gosh, that's so pretty. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. Okay. I am going to put the moth in the Fantasia. It's nice to decorate the inside of the card too. You know, you don't have to, but it just adds a nice little touch. And maybe we'll do it right down here. Kind of in the corner and not fully in the corner. Okay, so there's that. So then maybe when you're signing or whatever, you have your little and really you could just do that. You could put one on this side too, but I'm just going to do that one. And then also we definitely can't forget about the envelope. So this one though, I'm gonna put, well, let's see, let's hold on to that. I think I want to do the feather. Wouldn't that be pretty on the envelope? And this just takes a quick extra minute, and it really just like takes it to the next level, I think. Maybe we'll just do the big one. Let's see how this looks. I'm just kind of winging it here, so let's see what we get. And then I do like the pink. We're going to bring some pink back in. Okay, this is the Charming Pink. And I've got this, I don't know, it must have got wet or got some stuff somewhere. So maybe what I'm going to do, yeah, maybe I'll do this. Just cover that up a little bit or make it look more intentional. All right. This large feather is such a statement piece, isn't it? This would look really cool on clothing. What if you did this, stamped it, or somehow got it onto a piece of clothing? Ooh, that would be really cool. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, I love this. Love Maybe if we just do the word breathe right here. What do you think about that? That could be really pretty. Okay, so, okay, I got pink smudgies everywhere, but don't mind that, okay? Just, ooh, that's pretty. Okay, and you could add more. You could do the moth back here or whatever. You can bling it up as much as you want or as little as you want. I just wanted to show you, like, don't forget about the envelope, and don't forget about the inside of your project as well. And so here's our project for today. I love it so much. I hope you really liked it and found some inspiration. If I could just remind you, from the beginning of this video, I talked about all of the different types of things you can do. So look at different colors. You could even do these colorways onto a card, you know, and make a card. There's some nice gold in there as well. And then we also had, this one is a bit unruly and a bit big for the camera here, but I have this nice, let me set it up here so you can actually see it. It says breathe, okay, and it's just like a little banner or something. So I think I'm going to put it in the office or in my art room here, just as a reminder. But look at all of these projects, and there's probably 50 million more projects you could make just with this one set. So pick the set that feels right for you, that feels most aligned, that you like the imagery and the stencils and all of that, and just start making projects. Again, you could make a scrapbook page, amazing scrapbook pages out of this. You could do 3D art. You can do any kind of home decor or anything really. So the sky is the limit. So I hope that you found some inspiration here today, and this got your wheels turning and got you thinking about different projects that you might want to make with this, either this set or any of the sets from Sizzix Studio. There's so many to choose from at this point. Remember, this set is from Cat Kerr, and it's called The R's Have It, and it is just spectacular. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to learn more about Sizzix Studio products, visit Sizzix.com, and I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye.